My beloved brothers and sisters, the first days of Ramadan come with excitement and energy. People begin with strong intentions, long prayers, and sincere motivation. But after the first week passes, something changes. The routine returns, tiredness increases, and the heart slowly becomes less focused. This is the moment many people do not notice, yet it is one of the most important stages of Ramadan. The second week decides whether Ramadan becomes a real transformation or just a temporary habit. The believer is not tested only by beginning well, but by continuing well. Allah loves consistency more than bursts of effort. If you protect your worship now, your last 10 nights will be strong. But if you become careless now, you may reach the end of Ramadan without feeling its true impact. These days are where sincerity is proven. Consistency matters more than motivation. My beloved brothers and sisters, at the beginning of Ramadan, the heart feels excited. You pray longer, you read Quran with energy, and you promise yourself that this month will change your life. But after some days, the excitement naturally settles, the body becomes tired, and the mind returns to routine. Many people think this feeling means their iman has become weak, but this is not true. Motivation always rises and falls. Allah did not command you to feel strong every day. He commanded you to remain consistent. A small deed that continues is more beloved to Allah than a large effort that disappears. The real test of Ramadan is not how you start, but how you continue. When you worship even on days you feel low, that is sincerity. This is where reward increases and hearts become steady. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions change quickly. Some days you wake up eager to pray, and some days you feel heavy. If you depend only on feelings, your worship will stop whenever your mood changes. But faith is not built on mood, it is built on commitment. You pray because Allah deserves your prayer, not because you feel inspired. When you act despite tiredness, you prove your love for Allah. A believer does not wait to feel spiritual in order to worship. Instead, worship itself brings the feeling later. After prayer, your heart often becomes calm even if you started tired. This is Allah's gift. Consistency slowly trains your soul to rely on Him rather than on emotion. In the second week of Ramadan, many people quietly reduce their effort. They still fast, but they shorten their prayers and delay their Quran. They tell themselves they will improve in the last 10 nights. But the last nights are strong only for the one who stayed steady before them. Ramadan is like preparing soil before planting. If you stop watering the soil now, the seed will not grow later. Each day of consistency builds your strength for what is coming. Protect your daily acts now so your heart is ready for Laylatul Qadr. The believer prepares gradually, not suddenly. Even a small daily habit can protect your connection with Allah. Choose something simple you will not abandon. It may be 2 pages of Quran, a few minutes of dhikr, or praying one prayer carefully in the masjid. Do not underestimate small deeds. The Prophet taught that the most beloved deeds are those done regularly. Through repetition, sincerity deepens. Over time, these acts shape your character. You will notice patience increasing and anger decreasing. Your heart becomes stable because it receives daily nourishment. Consistency is how faith becomes part of life, not just a temporary state. Sometimes you feel you are doing little compared to others. You see someone finishing the Quran quickly or standing long in prayer and you feel discouraged. Remember that Allah measures effort according to ability. What is small for another may be great for you. Your sincere daily act may carry more weight than someone else's occasional effort. Focus on what you can maintain. Islam is a path of steadiness, not pressure. When you worship within your capacity, you remain hopeful instead of exhausted. Allah loves sustainable obedience. Consistency also protects you from guilt. When your actions are regular, you do not feel lost in the middle of the month. Even if your deeds are modest, they keep your heart connected. Missing worship for many days creates heaviness and regret, but a small daily connection keeps the door open. You wake each day knowing you still belong to Allah's mercy. This comfort strengthens your iman. The believer does not aim for perfection but for persistence. Allah rewards the servant who continues returning. On days you feel tired, do not stop completely. Reduce the amount but keep the habit alive. If you cannot read many pages, read a few lines. If you cannot stand long in prayer, pray shorter with focus. Maintaining the action is more important than maintaining its size. Shaitan prefers you to quit entirely rather than continue a little. Protect the chain of worship. A thin rope that remains unbroken is stronger than a thick rope that snaps. You will notice that steady worship brings inner peace. Your mind becomes calmer because you know you met Allah that day. Problems remain, but they do not control you. You react with patience because remembrance stabilizes your emotions. This peace is not sudden. It grows quietly through repetition. Just as the body becomes strong with regular exercise, the heart becomes strong with regular worship. Allah places tranquility in the consistent believer. As the last 10 nights approach, the one who remained consistent finds worship easier. They do not struggle to begin because they never truly stopped. Their heart already remembers Allah daily. Laylatul Qadr becomes a natural extension of their routine. But the one who neglected the middle days struggles to restart. The second week prepares your soul for the greatest nights of the year. Do not underestimate its importance. Continue your daily effort even when enthusiasm fades. Your sincerity shines brightest on ordinary days, not only emotional nights. Allah sees the servant who worships quietly without excitement yet without stopping. These are the deeds that build lasting faith. Protect your small habits and trust Allah. Through steady steps you may reach the end of Ramadan forgiven, peaceful and closer to Him than you ever expected. Guard your Salah even when energy drops. My beloved brothers and sisters, in the second week of Ramadan, the body begins to feel the fast. Sleep patterns change, energy decreases, and the enthusiasm of the first days becomes quieter. This is the moment when Salah becomes truly important. At the beginning you prayed with excitement, but now you pray with effort. Allah does not only reward the prayer of excitement, He greatly rewards the prayer of tiredness done sincerely. When you stand before Allah while your body feels weak, you are proving love, not just emotion. Guard your prayers, especially now. Do not allow fatigue to push Salah to the last minutes or cause you to rush. Prayer is your spiritual fuel. If you protect it during weakness, it will protect you during hardship. Sometimes you feel that resting is more urgent than praying on time. You say you will pray later, but later becomes rushed and distracted. Respond to the adhan quickly, even if you feel heavy. The few minutes you give to Allah return to you as calmness. You may begin the prayer tired, but you finish it peaceful. Allah places barakah in the one who answers His call. When you delay repeatedly, the heart slowly becomes distant. Guarding prayer times keeps your connection alive. Your schedule should move around Salah, not Salah around your schedule. Pray slowly even when your mind feels scattered. Fatigue can make concentration difficult, but sincerity is more important than perfect focus. Recite gently and breathe calmly. When you bow and prostrate, pause and remember you are closest to Allah. Tell Him you feel tired and ask for strength. This honesty itself is worship. A sincere prostration during tiredness may carry more reward than a long one during comfort. Allah sees the effort behind your movement. The believer who prays sincerely during difficulty gains spiritual strength. Fajr prayer becomes especially challenging in these days. Night prayers and late meals make waking harder. Yet protecting Fajr brings unique blessing. When you wake for Allah despite sleepiness, your entire day changes. You feel guided and emotionally balanced. Shaitan works hardest to stop this this prayer because it strengthens your iman. Prepare by sleeping earlier when possible and asking Allah before sleep to wake you. Even if you struggle, keep trying. Consistent effort is beloved to Allah. At work or school, you may feel pressure to delay prayer. Remember that your sustenance and success come from Allah, not from ignoring Him. Take a few minutes to pray wherever you can, respectfully. You will find your tasks easier afterward. Many people notice clearer thinking after prayer because the heart is settled. Salah organizes your thoughts and reduces stress. Trust that honoring Allah never harms your worldly matters. Taraweeh also becomes harder when energy drops. Some nights you feel like staying home and resting. Even if you cannot stand long, attend and pray what you can. Consistency matters more than length. Listening to Quran in prayer refreshes the soul. Your body may feel tired, but your heart becomes alive. The believer who persists gains reward beyond what they imagine. Guarding Salah improves your character as well. When you pray regularly, your reactions become calmer. You argue less and forgive faster. The remembrance of Allah softens your speech. Even during hunger and fatigue, you remain gentle. This is the real impact of prayer. Worship should reflect in behavior. The one who protects Salah develops patience naturally. If you miss a prayer unintentionally, pray as soon as you remember and do not give up. Do not let one mistake break your effort. Shaitan wants you to stop completely. Allah wants you to return immediately. Every return strengthens sincerity. Your persistence matters more than perfection. Continue guarding your prayers daily. Encourage your family gently. Remind each other kindly about prayer times. A home that prays together stays united. Children learn by seeing your commitment even when tired. Your effort becomes a lesson for them. Collective worship increases blessings in the household. As the last 10 nights approach, your protected prayers will prepare your heart. You will not struggle to stand because you never abandoned the habit. Salah becomes your comfort rather than your burden. Protect it now and it will carry you through the rest of Ramadan. The believer who guards prayer during weakness reaches the end of the month with peace and hope in Allah's mercy. Reduce distractions that quietly return. My beloved brothers and sisters, after the first week of Ramadan passes, many distractions slowly return without you noticing. At the beginning you guarded your time carefully, but then routine begins to slip back into your day. You check your phone a little longer, conversations become longer, and worship becomes shorter. Nothing feels serious, yet your heart feels less connected. Ramadan does not leave you suddenly. It fades quietly when distractions grow. This is why you must be aware in the second week. Protect your attention. Your heart follows what your mind constantly sees and hears. If your day fills with noise, your soul struggles to feel calm. Reducing distraction is not about cutting life completely. It is about making space for Allah again. Even a few protected minutes can restore focus. When you remove unnecessary noise, remembrance becomes easier and your prayer gains presence. The phone is often the first door through which distraction enters. You open it for a moment and many minutes disappear. During fasting, this steals valuable spiritual energy. Your body is fasting, but your mind is overloaded. Try setting boundaries. Keep your phone away during certain times, especially after Fajr and before Maghrib. Use those moments for quiet reflection or dhikr. At first you may feel restless, but soon your thoughts settle. You begin noticing how much mental pressure you were carrying. A believer who manages attention protects their heart. Less screen time often brings more inner peace than expected. Conversations also need moderation. Speaking is natural and necessary, but endless talk about people and daily complaints tires the soul. Guard your tongue gently. Choose beneficial words and leave what does not help. Silence can be a form of worship when it prevents harm calm. When your speech decreases, your reflection increases. You start remembering Allah more and worrying less about others' actions. The believer who speaks wisely sleeps peacefully because they carry fewer regrets. Entertainment can quietly weaken focus as well. Watching continuously may seem relaxing, but it often fills your mind with images that stay during prayer. Reduce it gradually. Replace a portion with Quran, recitation or beneficial reminders. Even a small reduction changes your heart. You will feel your concentration improve. Worship becomes easier because your mind is not crowded. Allah places tranquility in a heart that chooses remembrance over constant stimulation. Another distraction is unnecessary argument. Fasting makes a person sensitive and small disagreements quickly grow. Protect your Ramadan by stepping back from conflict. You do not need to respond to every comment. Sometimes silence is strength. When you avoid arguing, your heart stays soft. You preserve your reward and your peace. The believer who controls reactions controls their spiritual state. Internal distraction also exists. Even when you sit for prayer, your thoughts wander toward worries and plans. Prepare your heart before Salah. Pause, breathe, and make intention. Remind yourself you are about to stand before Allah. This simple preparation helps concentration. Gradually, your prayer becomes calmer and more meaningful. Removing inner noise is as important as removing outer noise. Late nights without purpose can drain your energy too. Staying awake for idle activities weakens your morning worship. Try sleeping earlier or reducing unnecessary wakefulness. Balanced rest helps you focus in Fajr and throughout the day. Islam encourages moderation. When your body is cared for, your worship improves. Protecting your schedule protects your faith. Comparison through social media can also disturb your heart. Seeing others constantly may lead to dissatisfaction with your own effort. Remember, Allah judges sincerity, not appearance. Focus on your personal journey. Limit what harms your contentment. Gratitude increases when comparison decreases. A believer satisfied with Allah's plan feels peaceful. Create daily quiet moments. Even 10 minutes of silence and dhikr can transform your mood. Sit alone and remember Allah without interruption. These moments recharge your spirit. You face the day with patience and clarity. Consistent quiet time helps your heart stay present. Reducing distractions now prepares you for the last 10 nights. Your heart becomes ready to focus deeply. Worship feels natural instead of forced. Ramadan is a chance to train your attention toward Allah. Remove what pulls you away and you will feel closeness return. The believer who protects their focus, protects their faith, and reaches the end of the month with calmness and hope. Increase Quran even if only a little. My beloved brothers and sisters, as the second week of Ramadan arrives, many people feel discouraged about the Quran. They think they are already behind schedule and cannot catch up, so they delay opening it. This thinking harms you more than the delay itself. Allah did not reveal the Quran to be a burden or a race. He revealed it as guidance and mercy. Even if you read only a few verses daily, you are reconnecting with your Lord. What matters is not how much you missed, but whether you begin now. A small portion with sincerity can awaken a sleeping heart. When you open the Quran humbly, Allah opens calmness in your chest. Do not wait for long free hours. Take a few minutes today and start. The believer who returns to the Quran finds direction, returning to life. Sometimes the heart feels distant because it has been surrounded by noise. Your day becomes filled with messages, conversations, and worries. The Quran removes this noise gently. Sit quietly and read slowly. Do not rush to finish pages. Focus on the words and listen to your own recitation. Even if you do not understand everything, your heart recognizes peace. Allah's words bring tranquility naturally. naturally. You will feel your breathing settle and your thoughts slow down. This is the healing Allah placed in His book. If Arabic is difficult for you, do not let that stop you. Read with patience and also read the translation. Understanding even one verse can change your attitude. You may find a reminder about patience that helps you handle a problem calmly. You may read about mercy and feel hope again. The Quran speaks to your situation directly. It reminds you that Allah sees your effort and your struggle. Guidance is not only information, it is reassurance. Choose a fixed time daily for recitation. After Fajr is powerful because the mind is fresh and quiet. If that is not possible, choose a moment before sleep. Ending your day with Allah's words brings restful sleep. Your thoughts stop racing because remembrance settles them. Consistency is more important than quantity. A small daily habit protects your connection throughout the month. Read slowly and reflect briefly. When you come across a verse of mercy, pause and ask Allah for it. When you read a warning, seek forgiveness. This turns reading into conversation. The Quran becomes alive in your heart. Your prayer improves because meanings stay in your mind. You begin worshipping with understanding rather than routine. Listening to the Quran also benefits you. Play recitation while resting or traveling and give it attention. Close your eyes and focus on the sound. The rhythm calms your emotions and reduces anger. Allah created hearts to respond to His words. Homes where Quran is heard feel peaceful. Arguments reduce and kindness increases. If you feel you wasted days, let the Quran repair them. Every letter carries reward and cleans the heart. Allah's mercy is greater than your delay. You are not late if you begin sincerely. The remaining days can still become meaningful. Hope grows as you continue. Share a small portion with family. Sit together briefly and read or listen. This creates a spiritual atmosphere at home. Children learn love for the Quran through practice. You earn reward for guiding others gently. The Quran unites hearts and softens relationships. Make dua after reading. Ask Allah to place the Quran in your heart and guide your actions. Apply one lesson daily. Speak kindly, forgive quickly, or trust Allah more. The Quran becomes real when practiced. Each application strengthens faith and character. Continue even after Ramadan. Do not close the Quran when the month ends. Keep a small daily portion. The heart needs constant nourishment. The believer who stays connected to the Quran stays connected to Allah. Begin now, even a little, and you may leave this Ramadan calmer and guided. Make dua daily without delay. My beloved brothers and sisters, one of the greatest losses in Ramadan is not missed food or missed sleep, but missed dua. Many people wait for a perfect moment to ask Allah. They plan to make long supplications in the last 10 nights, yet the days pass quietly without turning to Him sincerely. Do not delay speaking to Allah. Dua is not reserved for special nights only. It is meant to be daily nourishment for the heart. When you call upon Allah regularly, your relationship with Him grows naturally. You stop feeling distant because you are in constant conversation. Even short supplications throughout the day keep your heart alive. Allah loves to hear His servant repeatedly. Begin today without waiting for ideal circumstances. The believer who asks daily never feels abandoned. Some people delay dua because they feel their sins are too many. They think they should first become better, then they will ask Allah. This is backwards. You ask Allah so He helps you become better. If you could fix everything alone, you would not need Him. Your weakness is the reason to call Him, not the reason to stay silent. Speak honestly and humbly. Admit your struggles and ask for strength. Allah does not reject the one who turns to Him with sincerity. Each sincere dua cleans the heart and increases hope. Never let shame stop your supplication. Make dua simple and natural. You do not need complicated language. Speak to Allah as you would speak to someone who knows you completely. Tell Him about your worries, your fears, and your dreams. Mention your daily concerns and your spiritual needs. Allah cares about all of it. When you express yourself openly, your chest becomes lighter. Relief relief often comes before answers. The comfort you feel is itself a gift. A believer who shares burdens with Allah carries less anxiety. Do not restrict your supplication to certain times only. Ask Allah throughout your day. While walking, resting or working, whisper short prayers. Saying astaghfirullah, asking for guidance or seeking patience keeps your heart connected. Continuous remembrance protects you from forgetfulness. Your mind becomes calmer because it returns to Allah often. Overthinking decreases when reliance increases. Daily dua stabilizes your emotions. Before Maghrib is especially powerful. You are fasting and sincere, and Allah loves this humility. Sit quietly for a few minutes and raise your hands. Ask forgiveness and guidance. Mention specific needs. Believe Allah hears you fully. When you consistently use this moment, your day gains purpose. You begin waiting for sunset, not only for food but for connection. This habit transforms your Ramadan. During the night, speak to Allah again. Even a few minutes before sleep are valuable. Thank Him for your day and ask for protection. Night supplication brings peaceful sleep. Your mind rests because you entrusted your worries to Allah. The believer who ends the day with dua wakes with hope. These private moments build strong faith. Include others in your prayers. Ask goodness for your parents, family and friends. Pray even for those who hurt you. This removes resentment from your heart. Angels respond with the same dua for you. Your relationships improve because your heart softens. A believer who remembers others finds mercy surrounding them. Ask for both dunya and akhirah. Request ease in your responsibilities and success in the hereafter. Islam teaches balance. Remembering Jannah gives perspective to your struggles. Worldly problems shrink when you think of eternal reward. Dua shapes your priorities and strengthens patience. Sometimes answers seem delayed. Do not think Allah ignored you. He may be preparing something better or protecting you from harm. Trust His wisdom. Continue asking without frustration. Patience in dua is itself worship. A believer measures success by faith, not speed. Keep a personal list of requests in your heart. Return to them daily. Repetition shows reliance. Allah loves persistent supplication. Each time you ask, your sincerity grows. You become closer to Him through this repetition. The door remains open. Encourage your family gently to make dua too. Sit together briefly and pray. Homes where Allah is remembered feel peaceful. Children learn trust in Allah early. Collective supplication increases blessings in the household. Faith grows stronger together. When you feel happy, make dua. When you feel sad, make dua. Do not wait for hardship only. Gratitude, supplication protects blessings. Thank Allah often and He increases His gifts. A thankful heart lives with contentment. Daily dua keeps gratitude alive. If you miss a day, resume immediately. Do not feel guilty. Consistency grows through persistence. Allah loves effort even after interruption. Each return strengthens your connection. Your sincerity matters more than perfection. Over time, you will notice change within yourself. Patience increases and worry decreases. You react calmly because you trust Allah more. Your heart becomes stable during trials. Dua transforms character quietly. Continue this habit beyond Ramadan. Do not close your conversation with Allah after the month ends. Keep asking daily. The believer who turns to Allah regularly lives with peace. You will walk through life knowing you are heard, guided and never alone. Renew your intention every morning. My beloved brothers and sisters, every morning in Ramadan is a new beginning. Yesterday may have been strong or weak, but Allah allows you to wake again with another chance. Renewing your intention each morning protects your entire day. Before you check messages or begin tasks, pause and remind yourself why you are fasting. You are not simply avoiding food and drink, you are seeking closeness to Allah. When your intention is clear, ordinary action actions become worship, your patience becomes meaningful, and your effort gains reward. A believer who begins the day consciously walks with purpose instead of habit. Intentions fade quietly if you do not refresh them. You start fasting sincerely, but slowly routine takes over. The body continues fasting while the heart becomes distracted. By renewing your intention, you bring your heart back into the fast. Say quietly that you fast for Allah alone and seek His mercy. This small reminder changes your mindset. You become more careful with speech and behavior. Awareness grows throughout the day. Your fasting becomes alive again. You do not need long statements. A simple conscious thought is enough. When you wake, thank Allah for giving you life and the ability to fast. Gratitude strengthens sincerity. You feel honored to witness another day of Ramadan. Instead of complaining about hunger, you appreciate the opportunity. This shift brings contentment. The believer who starts with gratitude continues with patience. Renewing intention also protects your actions from showing off. Sometimes you perform good deeds but begin seeking appreciation. When you remind yourself daily that you act for Allah, your focus returns to Him. You care less about praise and more about acceptance. This brings inner peace. Sincerity frees you from dependence on people's opinions. Allah becomes your primary audience. Morning intention influences your reactions. When you remember Allah early, you handle stress calmly. At work or home, irritation decreases. You pause before responding because you recall your purpose. Your behavior improves naturally. Fasting is not only hunger but character. Intention connects your worship to your manners. The believer becomes gentle through awareness. Even small tasks become worship with intention. Working, studying, helping family, and earning livelihood gain reward when done sincerely. You begin seeing your day differently. Life no longer feels divided between religious and worldly. Everything becomes part of your relationship with Allah. This understanding brings balance and peace. If you forget during the day, renew your intention again. You are allowed to return repeatedly. Each reminder strengthens your focus. Islam encourages continuous awareness, not one moment only. When you reconnect, you feel calmness returning. Overthinking decreases because your mind centers on purpose. Make a short dua in the morning asking Allah to accept your fast and guide your actions. This prayer protects you from careless mistakes. You move through the day with mindfulness. You feel supported because you placed your day with Allah. Trust replaces anxiety. Renewed intention helps you avoid sins. When you remember your purpose, you hesitate before harmful speech or behavior. Awareness becomes a shield. You protect your fasting not only from hunger but from wrongdoing. The believer who remembers Allah often guards their actions naturally. Encourage your family gently to begin the day with intention. Remind each other kindly. Homes that start mornings with remembrance feel peaceful. Children learn sincerity through example. Collective awareness strengthens everyone's faith. Over time, this habit changes your personality. You become thoughtful and patient. Your decisions improve because they align with purpose. Intention shapes character quietly. Others notice calmness in you without knowing the reason. On difficult days, renewed intention gives strength. When tiredness appears, you remember why you continue. Your effort becomes meaningful instead of heavy. Patience becomes easier because your goal is clear. Allah rewards the one who perseveres sincerely. As the last 10 nights approach, this habit prepares your heart. Your worship feels natural because your purpose is established daily. You do not struggle to focus because your mind is trained. Consistent intention leads to deep sincerity. After Ramadan, continue renewing your intention in daily life. Begin each morning with remembrance. This keeps your faith alive throughout the year. Life's challenges become manageable when purpose remains clear. Renew your intention every morning growing, and you will notice peace growing steadily. Your actions gain reward and your heart gains stability. The believer who lives with conscious purpose walks through life with hope and closeness to Allah. Prepare your heart for the last 10 nights. My beloved brothers and sisters, the last 10 nights of Ramadan are not meant to be entered suddenly. Many people wait until they arrive and then try to change everything at once. The heart struggles because it was not prepared. Just as you prepare your body before a long journey, you must prepare your heart before these nights. Begin by adjusting your focus now. Reduce distractions and increase remembrance gradually. When the special nights come, your heart will already be awake. Preparation is part of sincerity. Allah loves the servant who anticipates His mercy before it arrives. The believer who prepares early enters the last 10 nights with calmness rather than pressure. Start by cleaning your heart from grudges. Holding resentment makes worship heavy. You may stand in prayer, but your thoughts remain attached to people. Forgive for the sake of Allah, even if the memory still hurts. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting the harm. It means releasing your burden to Allah. When you forgive, your chest becomes lighter and your dua becomes sincere. The heart that lets go of anger finds space